comes with the $300, I'm gonna just use the sale price, the $300 solar panel is included. So maybe you wanna back that off of the price and just feel good about this purchase, knowing that it's on its way. You will have it. It's just the best feeling in the world to know it's there. So all the things that you can do, and I'm so glad, Justin, you're showing us the reality and then the fun part of life, the big TV in the backyard, maybe watch, multiple games at the same time, if you can.
Right. Yeah, well, with all the different games that were going on this past weekend, of course, we're trying to, it would be nice to have every single TV in the house to have all of the basketball going. But right, it's not just for those emergency situations. And we invest in a gas generator, it's probably just for that emergency at home, right? But what about the fun stuff to be able to just say, we're gonna go to the beach today, and you know what, we're gonna bring the Delta with us, and we're gonna have a fan by us. We're gonna be able to charge our phones, and it's not something that's heavy, that's something that's too cumbersome that you can't have and that you can't carry. You can take that power with you. You're not going to take that gas generator. I know we talked, about the tailgating aspect of that too. So there's so much that goes along with this. It's not just going to be sitting on a shelf every single day of the year. I'm going to show you in just a second how you can possibly use it every single day of the year. So I have the light, I have the fan. We talked about those being the necessities, and we don't even really joke about that, because when you've been in that situation, you realize a light and a fan is pretty important. So I'm going to unplug the fan. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to carry this to the bedroom, because we have now gone from the kitchen cooking food. For instance, maybe we were by the living room where we had our light and we had our fan. Your son, Callie, speaking of all the animals, it's not just us that we're thinking about at home. We've got animals at home. We've got kids at home. We've got other people at home. Maybe even, for instance, you're thinking about getting this for somebody who's maybe a little elder. You maybe can't be there for them when the power goes out. You want to make sure that they have power. Here's a great way to use it every single day. If you rely on a CPAP machine, which I know a lot of people do, CPAP machine is a $700 investment. Well, without power, it's rendered useless. With your power station plugged into your wall, your CPAP machine plugged into your EcoFlow, it's something called an emergency power source, an EPS. When you lose power, 20 milliseconds. In 20 milliseconds, your EcoFlow is going to turn on automatically and power your CPAP machine. That's peace of mind. A peace of mind that you can have a full night's sleep on your EcoFlow without having to worry about, why am I waking up? Why can I not breathe right? Well, your EcoFlow is going to automatically turn on. That's peace of mind. So medical devices. I'm a walking, talking Murphy's Law. This has happened in the past. We had a hurricane, and I had an allergy attack. I had an asthma attack. Couldn't find the inhaler. Needed to have a nebulizer. You never know not only why or when you're going to have those storms or blackouts or whiteouts, whatever it might be. You never know when those types of emergencies are going to happen. That's why you want to decide to make sure that you're prepared for those things. The other thing is, I know we're down here in Florida where it's warmer, but a lot of the rest of the country is still cold. And, this isn't something that you're just getting for this season. You're getting it for next year, this year, next year, the year after, the year after that. So maybe you're thinking about you wanting to stay warm. A heating blanket is the most efficient way to keep yourself warm. It runs at about 150 watts, and you can run it off of your EcoFlow for about 8 hours. So the other things, I know, Callie, a lot of people say, well, I want to have a space heater. A space heater is the most power-hungry thing that you can possibly plug into a gas generator, propane generator, and a power station. So it's completely inefficient. If you wanted to stay warm, a heating blanket is the best way to do it. And I know you were showing a lot that home office that you had over in the studio. Look, this could just be your home office, right? We've got a home office in the house. We need to make sure that whether it's hybrid, we need to make sure we still have internet with our router. We need to make sure we can still have our laptop charged. You can power up and recharge your laptop 30 plus times. Have that light by you, and then recharge your phone over 100 times. How many? That's 100 days if you just had to power it up once a day. That's peace of mind. That's communication. That's continuing to work. And one of the other things, really quick, I'm going to send it back to you, Callie. We have it in the bedroom. It's silent. There's no fumes. It's safe to use. If this was a gas generator, it'd have to be 20 feet away from the home. And we'd also have to have an extension cord running somewhere through the house back to what we had to power up. You don't want to have to worry about that, especially if you live in an apartment or condo, that's not an option.
Yeah,
anyways.
that's true. I mean, it's illegal, or they won't allow it. So I mean, there's that. It's just incredible to me, the stories that you will have because of owning this. I mean, maybe you're gonna be different than I am. You won't keep it in the garage, you'll keep it in the house. I mean, it's a practical choice if you wanted to tuck this under a nightstand, because you know this is the one power source that you can rely on. And it's so true what you said about, if you've got elderly parents, my goodness, you worry about them constantly, especially if they are reliant on something to get them through the night, sleeping wise, and all of those other issues. This is always going to give them the power that they'll need. There's no concern. In fact, Justin, that reminds me of a question. What happens doesn't this just automatically jump into action if somebody, loses power? This is something that it's not gonna, take the brown out or the hit that everything else does. There's something around this.
Well, correct. There is two different things. So I was mentioning that emergency power source. Let's say you've got a blackout, all of a sudden the power goes out in the house and you've had your, anything that was plugged into this, in 20 milliseconds, it's going to automatically turn on. There's also surge protection built inside of this too. So even if, for instance, you plugged in too many things, there's a circuit that'll pop, you just pop it back in and then restart it. So you don't have to worry about plugging in too many things, too high a wattages, a wattage appliance. This is completely safe. And the other aspect of that too, Callie, is this is never going to give too much power to whatever you have plugged in. With a gas generator, as it starts to run out of gas, it starts to fluctuate in its power. And what happens is that can fry a lot of electronics, phones, small electronics, phones, tablets, laptops, TVs, sometimes even the smart refrigerators. With this, it's a pure sine wave technology. It'll only give the amount of power that that device needs, and it'll never fluctuate, keeps all of those different things that you've got invested in safe and protected.
I am so glad I just asked you that you reminded us of those emergency or those safety features. That's huge, hugely important, especially if there's a machine that somebody is relying on to, sleep overnight. You don't ever want that to go out. I mean, there's all kinds of stories that I'm sure you'll share once you get yours home. By the way, this solar panel, if you're just tuning in, if you're wondering, oh, is that what they need? Is that what else I need for this to really be an effective system? It's included. It is absolutely included. This is separately, they're on sale by $100. So tonight they're $299 or $300. You're getting it included. This is, if you want more, we still have the singles, as well as I think the 2-pack is still available too, if you want the additional solar panels, because more is more in a case like this, just to double, how quickly your system can repower or triple or quadruple, depending on how many solar panels you end up choosing to get. But you're getting one included in the bundle, and don't forget, there's not a dime to ship. You have a month to be able to use it and see what you think. And even if between now and then, you're gonna continue comparing this brand and other brands, I have no doubt that this is gonna come up at the top of your list too. It did mine, and that was maybe 4 years ago when we first brought the brand here. And ever since, it's a true thing. EcoFlow does a great job. And today, this is the lowest price, highest performance portable generator that we've ever done. More performance. We've never done this kind of performance at under $1,000 and then include a solar panel. Don't forget, with the HSN card or the Zulily card or your Q card, 18 months of VIP financing. It's another great reason to have our card, because it makes your price $55.55 a month for the next year and a half. And again, pay it off early if you'd like, no problem. You just get to pay it off slowly, but all the while we'll have the product. It comes with 2 years in the warranty, but we do have additional years if you're interested. You can ask our sales reps about that, and you can find out more if you search Protection Plus at hsn.com. Justin, I don't know if you can tell, but this is one of my favorite products to present.
No, can't tell at all. No, not at all. Well, when you experience it like you have, when you've owned it like you have, when you have all of these different stories of the power outage or also having fun, that gives you an idea of just the experience that you are going to have when you get this at home. It's peace of mind, but it's also peace of mind, again, that you're going to be able to use it. And it's from EcoFlow. You start to do your research, you're going to realize that they are the leader in this industry, and you're getting the most powerful we've ever done at this value. And oh, by the way, we're also including the solar panel, which is insane in itself.
Right over the top. Great today's special, great job. I know there's one more show tonight at 11. We will see you then, Justin. And for all of you who are making your decision, Make that phone call to the person that you need to make a joint decision and place the order together.